Okay, guys. So what we have here is questions 3 and 4 on a much easier scale, or something like this. If I said 3x plus 5 equals ax plus b, find out what a and b are. Could anybody tell me the answer of that question? If it's a balanced equation, what does a have to be? And b? 5. In effect, we're doing a more complicated version of that. Is that right? So an example would be a question the likes of question 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have x squared plus 4x minus 6. I'm going to square out the other side, which is going to be x plus a multiplied by x plus a plus b. Square it out. X squared plus ax plus another ax plus a squared plus b. Is everybody happy with that? Now, that basically turns into x squared plus 2ax plus a squared plus b. Now guys, compare them to each other. What equals what? The x squared equals the x squared. The 4x is the same as, anybody? Huh? 2ax. What happens to the x's on both sides? 2a is the same number as 4. What is a? A is 2. Okay. The number 6 is the same as, the number minus 6 is the same as what? A squared plus b. Because there's no x beside the a squared plus b. So we're going to get a squared plus b equals minus 6. What is a squared? If a is 4, a squared is... if a is 2, a squared is 4. 4 plus b equals minus 6. Bring the 4 over to the other side, and b will be equal to... minus 6 minus 4, which is going to give me minus 10. Is that right? Okay. I'll move on. Give you another type. That's question 3. Looks at question 7. It's the same thing. Multiply out. X times x. X times p. 2px squared. X times q. Or qx. We'll put the x. We'll always leave the x at the end where possible. Okay, then go again. What is it? 2x squared, yeah. 2px, yeah. Sorry? Plus 2q. Luke, you have a question? It's not 2px squared, isn't it? It's just 2... Which one? X times px. Oh, yeah. The second one? Yeah, that's px squared. Good checking there. Qx. 2x squared, 2px plus 2q. Perfect. That side equals x cubed plus 5x squared plus 2x minus 8. Now here's what we're going to do. The x cubes are the same. So they're the same. There's nothing to be learned from that. Now, what ones have x squared beside them? Px squared plus equals... Now, they all have x squared, don't they? Yeah. So, in effect, the x squareds cancel. Because they're in everything. It maintains the balance, doesn't it? Because if I was to give you a really basic example, 5 tables plus 2 tables, or 5t plus 2t equals 7t. And you go, wait a minute, they're all tables, so 5 of them plus 2 of them equals 7 of them. That's basically what we're doing here. Because they're all x squared, they're all the same object, you don't actually have to include the object's description. The object's description is x squared here. 5 of them, p of them plus 2 of them equals 5 of them. What is p? Anybody? P plus 2 equals 5. P equals 3. Okay. Then you're going to go across to x's, okay? So, they've been used up. Q times qx plus 2px equals 2x on this side. Then you go, q of them, 2p of them, equals 2 of them. So you get rid of the x. You get q plus 2p equals 2. What is 2 times p? If p is 3, 2p? 6. Q plus 6 equals 2. Bring over to 6. Sorry? P, see it here? See the first part we did? P equals 3. Therefore 2p equals 6. Bring over to 6 and you get q equals minus 4. No, see, it's a plus 6 on the left hand side of the equal sign. No, it could be written as minus 6 plus 2. Which will still get me minus 4. Okay, but the main thing is it goes from a plus to a minus. Okay, and finally, the last one. Have we found out what p and q are yet? Yeah, we have p equals minus 3, sorry, p equals 3 and q equals 4, minus 4, same thing. And look guys, question A, it's the same type of question, there's no difference, okay? Now, 11 and 12, however, you might get something ever so slightly different. So I've done 3, 8 and 12 so far. Okay, can anybody tell me, how do I multiply out a times x plus b squared? How do I multiply that out? Now, if I ask you to multiply 5 times 2 squared, yeah? What's the answer to that? Now, it's not 50. Now, what happens is, when you're squaring it, the square only belongs to the 2. Okay? So, in effect, that's 4. And that's 5 times 4 equals 20. What a lot of people do is they try to multiply the 5 by the 2 first, and then square it to get 100. That's wrong. Remember BOMDAS or BEMDAS? BOMDAS means that you have to do your operations, which is your square signs, before you can multiply. Square it before you multiply it. Do you got it? Okay. So, the reason why, can anybody explain why did I show you this really basic question? Because what's going to happen over here? Square it first, and once you're done squaring it, multiply it out. So x times x, x squared plus bx plus b squared, x squared plus 2bx plus b squared. Are we happy with that? I'm nearly there. The a is still there. What was your suggestion of say of interest? What do you want me to do? The a went. See the way there's nothing in between the a and the x means that you have to multiply it by whatever the answer is. Okay. Now, is everybody alright with that? You square it out, and then you once you square it out, you then multiply it by a. Now I'm going to multiply it by a now, and I'm going to get ax squared plus 2bx times a. Anybody? 2b abx, a times b squared, ab squared, okay. Finally, we have a plus c at the end, don't we? And then that equals 2x squared plus 12x plus 23. Now here's the interesting part, okay? What we're going to do here, guys, is ax squared is the same as, so a therefore equals 2. Is that right? I can write it down like this if you want, and then I'll just get rid of the x squareds, and a equals 2. Alright? Now we're on to the x part. So we've done the x squared part. Now we're on to the x part. So what's the x part? 2abx equals 12x. What happens to the x's? They're gone. What is a? 2. Therefore, what is 2a? 4. 4b equals 12. b therefore equals 3. I replaced a with 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And then divide 12 by 4 to get b equals 3. Okay, we good so far? Now, what about after that? We have ab squared plus c equals 23. First of all, what's your a value? A value is 2. Your b value? plus c equals 23. Can anybody tell me what is 2 times 3 squared without using your calculator? 18. Then c value? 5. Okay. So that so far is 3, 8, 12. 3, 8, 12. Okay. These ones are a bit tougher. I'll go for 16, followed by 18. And then, what time is it there? Okay, so plenty of time. I'll give you guys one or two of them then yourselves, okay? Now, n squared minus 4 equals. Can anybody in the class tell me how to multiply this out? What'd be your suggestion for multiplying this out? Yeah, I think I'll do the 2 brackets first and then multiply the answer by a. Is that right? Now, yeah, we'll just stick with that, right? N squared minus 4 equals a times, ready? N squared minus 2n minus 1n minus 1 times minus 2 plus 2. Bn minus b plus c. See the minus 2 minus 1, what does that turn into? Minus 3n. A times n squared. an squared. A times minus 3n. Okay. A times 2. 2a, yeah? Because the a gets multiplied all the way over. Then it's bn minus b plus c. Now, we got to group them, okay? It's n squared minus 4. Okay, that's great. Now, here's the problem. An squared is perfect. What has n's in them? The 3an and the bn. And what has no n's in it whatsoever? 2a minus b plus c. Do you see the 3 different parts? Do you see the ones that have the n squareds in them is in blue? The ones that have only n in them is in green. And the ones that have no n's in them whatsoever are in red. Yeah? So what I'm going to ask you guys then is that what I suggest we do with this is it's n squared is in blue. Do you see any n's there? No, just not n squared, n's to the left I mean. Plus 0n minus 4. Am I allowed to change this into this? Why? 0n, it means it doesn't exist. So I'm putting something there that doesn't exist. So it doesn't change anything. Okay? Just for identification purposes, I'll show you now. So if I just go back that one step, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that part in green. And then I'm going to put the minus 4 in red. Now it's very easy to see how it matches up, isn't it? An squared matches up with a equals. Don't tell me 0. When you divide both sides by n squared, it equals 1. It's 1 n squared, so when the n squareds cancel, it leaves 1 behind. What about the green part? 0 equals 0n equals minus 3an plus bn. The n's will disappear, right? So bye n's. And then what happens to the a value? Minus 3 times. Come on guys, stay tuned in. Plus b. Minus 3 times 1. Bring that minus 3 over to your side. 3 equals b. Finally, the red part. What do we write down for the red part? Minus 4 equals. Okay, when that's done, what's the a value? 1. What's the b value? 3. What's the c value? We don't know yet. Minus 4 equals 2 minus 3. Bring the minus 1 over to your side. 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. Take away your 3. It's okay. Bring the minus 1 over to your side. Minus 3. C equals minus 3. Have I answered my question? Find the value of A. Find the value of B. Find the value of C. We good so far? I think as I said, I think the first exercise was particularly tough. And it gets a bit easier for a while, and then it gets harder again. Okay? Now, last one. this last one I'm going to do today. So that's followed by 16, followed by 18. Okay. So 4x plus r, x squared plus s equals 4x cubed plus px squared plus qx plus 2. Show that pq equals 8. Okay. So, can anybody suggest what would be a good way to start this out? Multiply them out. Make them look the same. 4x cubed minus 4xs rx squared plus rs equals 4x cubed plus px squared plus qx plus 2. Now, what we're looking at here, guys, is the 4x cubed and the 4x cubed are the same, aren't they? Yeah. What has x squared in it? Px squared and... Okay, so what that means is that px squared must equal. So in effect, p is the same thing as r. Okay, strike them off. Oh wait, not that one. Strike them off. You've used them up. Next on to the s. Now I have 4xs, don't I? I did say earlier that I want the x's at the end. So I'm going to check. Oh. Yeah. I'm going to change that to 4s. Shh. Going to change that to 4. Okay. Shh. I'm going to do it down here. And I'm going to change that to 4sx. And that's going to equal qx. Yeah? 4sx equals qx. What happens to the x's? Okay, that time it worked. And q equals 4s, okay? So we now have q equals 4s, and we also have p equals r. That's what we've learned so far. Still no closer to the end. Okay? So we have one last section left. We have rs equals... What do we have? rs equals... no, that's used up already with the 4xs. Oh, wait a second. Shh. Yeah, sorry, that's a qx. Hey, Josh. Qx equals 4xs, alright? Then we have rs equals 2. Now, see the way they're both in here, okay? So what we're going to do is we can now find out. See the way the only two letters here are P and Q. Do you see that? The only two letters we're using are P and Q. So our job is to get P and Q in the same equation as each other. So what I have to do first, I have to choose one of the letters to go down. It doesn't make a difference which one I use. R equals 2 over S. Is everybody alright with that? Now I'm looking at my equations here. Now this is where it gets slightly random and you just need a bit of experience, right? What I do next is I look over and I have P equals R and I have Q equals 4S. I need to find a way for P and Q to be related to the same letter. They're currently related. One of them's related to R and the other one's related to S. So what I can do here instead is I can change the R value into 2 over S. P is the same thing as 2 over S. Alright with that? Now, give them a common denominator. S on the bottom, S on top. Now, S multiplied by P is the same thing as 2. Get the S on its own. S is the same thing as 2 over P. Do you see that? I brought the P underneath the 2. Now, see the way I have Q equals 4S? I'm now going to say Q equals 4 times 2 over P. 4 times 2 over P, anybody? 4 times 2? And then the P just stays on the bottom. Anybody want me to explain that last step, the very last step again? It's the same as multiplying out a fraction. If you have 4 on the outside and you have 4 times 3/5, top by top is 12, the bottom remains unchanged. Hence 4 by 2 is 8, the P on the bottom remains unchanged. Is that okay? Now, what happens next, guys, is that it's a q here, cross multiply the p upwards, and you get pq equals 8. Another way to think of it is give them the same denominator and cancel the bottoms. pq equals 8. Is that right? 17 is slightly of a similar vein. Would you like to see one more, or do you want to have a go at them yourselves? So, this one here, what we have is 2x multiplied by px, 2p, x squared, 2x by q, 2qx, but same thing. K multiplied by px, kpx, k times q, kq, equals, yeah, go for it, 2px squared. Next one, 2qx, after that one, and then finally plus r. Now, start off with your x squareds. Max, you right? Start off with your x squareds. 2px squared is the same thing as? There is nothing to be learned from that. It's the same as 2qx. There is nothing to be learned from that. Now, this means that kpx must be the same thing as minus px. Now here's the interesting part. Shh. It's technically minus 1px, isn't it? It's one of them. Now, the x's are on both sides, they can cancel. The p's are on both sides, they can cancel. And what does that leave left over? K equals minus 1. That's the first part of the question. Okay. Now, after that part happens, we've now used up this part here. Now we're on kq plus r. kq equals r. What is k again? Minus 1k equals r. Bring the k over to your side. Oh, sorry, not minus 1k, minus 1q. Bring the q over to your side, and you get 0 equals r plus q. Is that what we're asked? Okay. Do you know when I'm not getting q on its own. I think what you guys are thinking is this. If I get q on its own, it's q equals r divided by minus 1. Is that what you're thinking? What'd you say? Take us. I don't know, because the question wants me to get the r and the q on the same side. So I don't need to separate them. I just need to bring the q over beside the r. Okay, because remember when you do a linear equation, if I have something like this, if I have x plus 3 equals 5, when I bring the 3 over the other side, it becomes a minus 3. So when I bring the minus 1q over the other side, I'm not cross multiplying, I'm just changing a minus into a plus. I'm bringing a minus 1 over it, so technically it's r plus 1q. That's alright. It's little things. Okay, guys.